Oh my gosh, are we live?
Oh,
Is
no.
it happening?
It is. Isn't that scary?
Oh, I'm terrified.
Oh, God.
Everyone, please don't look.
No one look. No one look.
No one look, even though this is clearly meant to be looked at. We are on Twitch.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, well, well. Friends, enemies, and those still under review, welcome to Dustfire Media's new Avatar Legends campaign. We're excited. I'm excited. I am your occasionally humble GM, Steve Durgan, and I am joined by some incredible human beings. Folks, tell us who you are, your preferred pronouns, and one reason you're happy to be here. There are no wrong answers, but this is a Safe for Work podcast, so please just spare Justin the editing on the back end. So yeah, who would like to jump in first?
I guess I will. I am Nikki Bond. I do she, her pronouns. And, I'm just happy to, be having fun with the, I really like my character a lot.
Excellent. I hope you do like your characters. That does help. You should be sympathetic to your own character. So glad you're here, Nikki. And what is the name of the character that you are playing tonight and for the future?
I am playing Akifumi Yako.
Excellent. Thank you, Nikki. Let's go to Gus. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Gus. I'm playing Amuksur. Reason that I'm happy to be here is this is exciting. Get to do an actual play podcast with wonderful human beings.
Yes. So glad you're here. I think I heard he, him. Is that, did you say
yes.
it, Gus, or did I just
he, him,
did I just
he, him
know
for
it
me
already?
and he, him for my character as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's go to Will. Hey, Will.
Hi, babes. My name is Will Jinkies. I use they, she pronouns. I will be playing Lynn Encloth in today's campaign. And I'm excited to be here because, I wasted my job's money and I spent the 9 cents to print these on corporate dime. And I think that's reason enough to be excited. A little bit of theft is moral and good.
The least you could do is steal.
Exactly.
The least you could do. I love that. And this is a safe place. We do not report on each other for stealing from corporations. So,
And
Steal
dear
all you
listener, if you report me, I'm going to know.
yeah,
So
we'll
don't.
find out. We'll find out.
First episode right off the bat, threatening listeners. I love it.
We're going through the checklist. It's very important. And finally, Danny.
Hello. My name's Danny. He, him pronouns. I will be playing Jing Min in this campaign. She, her pronouns for her. And I'm happy to be here immediately because I'm not at work. There are deeper reasons, but right now, I'm just really happy I'm not in the kitchen right now.
Let us all take a
yeah.
moment to savor not being at our jobs.
Yep.
Nice meditative anti-capitalist
Agreed.
respite.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, and if in case I didn't say it, I go by he, him, and I'm so excited to work with this group. We've already seen these folks a little bit here and there, but this is the first long-form campaign that this crew will be a part of. Just so excited for the energy that y'all have, for the inevitable humor and chaos, and the heart that you will bring to this Avatar verse. For those who are new and listening or watching us on Twitch, Gus mentioned the phrase actual play. This is an actual play podcast/vodcast, which means that we are actually playing a tabletop role-playing game. So we tell a story for those who are unfamiliar, and sometimes we roll some dice to figure out what happens next. We are specifically playing a ttrpg called Avatar Legends, which was created thanks to 87,000 people on Kickstarter and Magpie Games. So whether you're a fan of all things Avatar, Last Airbender, and Korra, or a fan of tabletop role-playing games, or both, or neither, welcome. And for those who have been with us for a while, following Dustfire Media, formerly known just as Flying Bison Podcast, thank you. You make me want to cry for all the right reasons. And we've been doing this for over 2 years now, thanks to your support. So thank you so much. Let's see, y'all. I think we should start by summarizing in the briefest, most formulaic and beautiful form the pilot episode. So when you play Avatar Legends, you figure out how your crew gets together before you jump in. It's not like D&D, at least the versions of D&D I used to do, where you all sort of have to fake and fudge your way into being together in the first session and be like, oh, well, I happen to be going to the same place and I also need beer from that tavern. What a coincidence. We don't do that here. Avatar Legends allows you to establish, in hindsight, a pilot episode, and then you start after that pilot. And so there's just a simple 3-act structure. We did a fill in the blank for this. We'll get into details as needed. But the short of it is that our group, we befriended Tenzin, who gave us a peek, early access to view Aang's staff, which was to be displayed in a new museum tower in Republic City. Act 2, we discovered a terrible truth about what's happening in Republic City, namely that someone has actually stolen Aang's staff, replaced it with a fake, a very accurate, beautiful replica, and that this same agent or set of agents is likely looking for more historical artifacts. And in Act 3, we saved and rescued the Republic City Council from a mysterious group which Tenzin suspected to be the sentries of the Red Lotus. At the very end of that fight, it was actually confirmed implicitly that this was the Red Lotus. Were they acting alone? Were they acting with somebody else? We don't know. We're going to explore that together. So let's set the scene, shall we? Republic City, a testament to harmony and progress. A bustling metropolis where tradition meets innovation, where spirits meet mortals, where bending and technology coexist, the spirit of unity and diversity flowing through the very heart of the city. At least some say so. For this city is also a place of turmoil. Constant war between the triads, rampant crime that even the Avatar and Chief Beifong can't seem to keep in check. And perhaps there are even darker, more subtle forces at work. The camera pans down from the gleaming facades of skyscrapers, down deep into the city, where Sato-mobiles whiz past each other, blaring their horns, where spirits float curiously through the streets until we land on an unadorned sign on the side of the building. It says, Medical Ward. We're taken through a series of pale white halls until we land upon this room looking down on 4 young people in hospital beds. The sun has just begun to illuminate the room with a warmer light than the stale bulb of the ward can provide. And just then, Tenzin walks in and addresses a nurse. Are they all right? Only minor burns. They'll be fine, a nurse whispers into his ear. Ah, very good. Tenzin pulls open the curtains that separate you in this room and addresses you all. Good morning, each of you. First of all, thank you for the courage you showed in protecting the council last night. Second, and more importantly, I wanted to apologize for what happened. I never should have let you get involved. It's too dangerous. I can assure you that Chief Beifong and the White Lotus have the rest of this under control. And please, get your rest. With a curt nod, Tenzin walks out, leaving you no opportunity to respond. But the 4 of you are awake. Your burn wounds have been tended from last night's battle. What do you say or do?
God, I hope we don't have to pay for this.
Yeah. Lynn, would you please tell us what you look like for our listeners for the very first time?
Yeah, so Lynn is about 5'6", is relatively pale, pretty skinny, but not concerningly skinny, just like skinny. Typically has her hair up in two buns, just cute enough to go out and about in the town, but just practical enough to walk around and fight bad guys in. Usually wearing a jacket that was once her father's. It is lined with fur. It is brown with baggy pants that, again, are practical enough to be work pants, but cute enough to look good while working in. Combat boots of sorts, and she usually looks like she just fell down. Not in like the dirty way, in like the bruised or banged up kind of way. Socially acceptable amount of bruised and a little dirty, but not like a gross amount. Just socially acceptable amount. And that's Lynn.
I love this careful tightrope that we're walking right now as we picture Lynn. But it's so helpful to be handheld through that, you know? Let's all make sure that we picture a socially appropriate amount, an acceptable amount of these things.
Yes, she's not weird. Please stop thinking that.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
actually weird of you.
I'm so sorry. I am the weird one.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you for that, Lynn.
You see Jingmin sitting up in her bed and kind of gathering her things, already getting ready to go. She's like, "There's no way we're paying for any of this," and she throws her bow behind her back, and you see Jingmin. She, a teeny little girl, just above legal driving height. Just below, maybe, actually. She can't legally drive. Sorry. Just below legal driving height. She's rocking a high pony that she keeps fixed with this firebending hairpin. And she also has a headband around her head. She has... she's wearing those poofy pants. You know the poofy pants. The pants that poof, but tighten at the bottom. You know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. She has those. And she's the top she's wearing seems to be definitely not for her. Like she might have like taken it from like some sort of store for men and just sort of threw it on. She has it tucked into her pants. And yeah, she's already rearing up to leave.
I don't know if we're cleared to leave just yet.
Are people supposed to clear
do
us?
something because I don't want to just sit here.
The nurse looks up from her clipboard. "Ah, you are cleared to leave," and then walks out.
There we go.
Great.
All right then. Akifumi jumps up, and stretches, ready to get moving. She's about a 16 or 17-year-old girl with long black hair up in a ponytail, wearing a Fire Nation two-piece with an Air Nomad sash over it. She also wears baggy pants, so Baggy Pants Club here. And yeah, she has a pair of boots on too, but they're like little short boots.
Cute. Love it. Gus, tell us what your character looks like.
You see Muxur kind of walking back in, looking at everyone with a bag in his hand, eating because, you know, he was just craving fire flakes. He went down to find some fire flakes. Just ask everyone, "You guys want a snack?" No? He's about 5'10", wearing black, but also black harem pants, because the baggy pants are the only way to go when you have martial arts to do.
Harem pants.
You see a lot of silver in his hair. He's got a little bit of a beard with gray in it. He's definitely the oldest in the group. And he just kind of walks over to Jingmin and offers her a snack.
Jingmin looks Amok right in the eyes and just starts de-stringing her bow, and then just turns and sits up, puts everything in a bag. All right, what's the next move?
It's figured we'd have some snacks until they said we could go.
Well,
The nurse just said
they
we
said
can
we
go.
could go.
Oh. Well, do you guys want snacks? Because it's just for me then.
No, I'm
Just starts
good.
eating his fireflakes.
I'm good. We need to figure out what to do now to get that. We need to find Aang's staff.
Is go home for a little bit, maybe take a nap in our own beds. An okay step, maybe?
I don't know about you, but I can't just sit still after that.
Well, that's the difference for the two of us, I guess, because I would love to go home right now.
Mook takes a big sigh and just. All right, I guess we should go look for clues, right? There's no more time for food.
I mean,
That sounds
that's
like a
kind of
good
what I
plan
was
to me.
thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
Gus, as your GM, I want to clarify you are able, as a character, to eat while you walk.
Eating tastes better when you're not walking.
Honestly,
That is
no,
true.
yeah.
That is true. But I won't even make you roll if that's something you want to do. That's what I'm saying.
Roll with focus, please.
I'm gonna
So,
roll
yeah.
to see how badly it goes to walk and eat at the same time.
Yeah, fireflakes are dangerous when used in the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
As you step out of the ward and into the sunlight of Republic City, you are immediately hit by a wall of sound. Automobiles, the chatter of people, the smells of the city, which in this particular quarter are just okay. It's not super smoggy, but it is a little bit smoggy. Let's be real. And that seems to be amplified by a little bit of mist, which is breaking now. I'm curious, who among you would consider yourselves especially observant?
I feel
Well,
like
face.
I,
Thanks, Will.
One
Not
of
Lynn.
Jingmin's masteries is sensing.
Yes, excellent. The prodigy. Yeah.
Prodigy.
Jingmin, perhaps others see this, but without question, you do. As soon as you step out onto the sidewalk, you notice around the back side of the building, just tipping into an alley, a small head pops out, perhaps just as small as your own small head, given that you're a 12-year-old. I'm not sure exactly how small a 12-year-old head is, but I imagine that it's
Tiny.
slightly smaller than a fully adult head.
Couple of inches in diameter.
Not that small. Yeah. But even at this distance, you are certain that their eyes are directly on you.
Jingmin will just, not even telling anyone else in the group, will just turn around and start walking directly towards that alley.
Seeing that this person recognizes your beeline, they step out just a little bit, not their full body and frame, past the corner of this wall into the alleyway, and just beckons to you with their hand, and then vanishes around the corner.
The rest of you guys, you each hear Jingmin like, "What are you looking at? Come on, come and talk to me. Why are you scared? What are you looking at, huh? You think I'm scary?" And then Jingmin starts progressing into a run and starts sprinting and turns down the alley.
Oh, I love the energy outmatching your size right now.
Just internally goes, okay, here we go again. Running behind.
yeah. Yeah, Akifumi also follows behind, like, Jingmin, wait up!
Lynn is not fast, but she will follow.
Love that we have this crystal clear order. So as you all make it around the corner, Jingmin, you realize this this little street urchin does not run from you. They merely wanted you to step into the alley, which is innocuous. There's nothing but a pile of trash behind them and some shadows with not much in them.
Okay.
But you are looking at what might be as young as an 8-year-old. And the street urchin looks up at you, unkempt, very clearly dirtier than Lynn. Perhaps slightly more bruised than Lynn. Maybe not even a socially acceptable amount of bruising and dirtiness.
Someone has to do it.
I saw what you were up to last night.
Sorry.
I tailed you to the fight in the city hall. You're not cops, right? Looks at Jingmin. You're too young to be cops. Except for you, Greyline. Turns and looks at Amuksura.
You just call him old?
No, but you're not cops. Just kind of scans again.
I'm glad you figured that out on your own. Who
So
are
I'll take
you?
that as a no.
No?
No, I'm not a cop.
No.
No.
We're not
Excellent.
cops, right, guys?
Not that I'm aware of.
Definitely
Hate that
not.
Look,
We hate Republic City.
I have some information. Might help you if you're trying to stop the weirdos who wrecked house last night. Oh, but first. And the child reaches out a hand expectantly.
I immediately dump half my bag of fire flakes into his hand.
I do collect food on Tuesdays and Sundays, but I would
What day is it
prefer
today? Why
currency.
would you say no to food?
Jingmin daps him up.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm sorry, Danny.
Jingmin daps him up. There's a little, you know?
Oh yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That's still not money. Do you have money?
We haven't.
You asked us to come here.
Right, because this is a discrete operation.
Right, so what do we get for the money? The information?
Yeah. I sell information. That's what I do.
All right.
I'm really good at it too. I get good
I can
information.
tell. I can
So-
tell you're good at that.
Steve, this isn't something that I spoke to you about before, but I like to think that Jingmin robbed her parents blind before fleeing from her home.
I accept.
So-
I will not
okay,
argue
cool.
with this.
So she just she just has it like loose in her bag and just grabs whatever she can, bills and change, and just dumps it in his hand. All right.
Oh, that's
info.
better. You can see that the kid, they kind of like go wide-eyed for a second and then quickly mask and appear unmoved and stuff the money away in a little pouch.
Never seen that amount of money before in their life. Yeah, heck yeah.
So there were rumors of a showing 2 nights ago. Not long after the staff, the staff you're looking for, it went missing, right? So not long after that, there was a showing. Curiosities, rarities. One of the guests got a little loose-lipped. And they bragged that they had put eyes on Avatar Aang's staff glider thing, a real talker. So word on the street is that it's in the hands of some avid collector of things.
Collector?
Who's
So?
this collector?
Puts out a hand again.
That was not information. What you just gave us
We
told us
just
nothing.
gave you a lot of money. Like a lot.
Yeah.
Do you want to count it?
I don't even know.
Because if you don't want
Okay.
to count it, I can
Jingmin
count it.
It was a
I mean,
lot.
to be rude, little boy or child, do you know how to count?
I am not enumerate, thankfully. And
What does that mean?
I
That's a
can
big
count.
word.
And I also have a decent vocabulary because I trade in information. And okay, I yield. That was a good amount of money. Thank you. Short person. Looks at Jingmin. This kid is indeed shorter than you, Jingmin.
The first time Jingmin's looked down on someone since she's been in Republic City.
It's the first time you've seen a small child? Anyway.
I
So
thought you meant like emotionally looking down upon them, because I would agree.
Oh no, yeah, probably that too.
love the sass, Lynn. Love the sass. So, right, who is this talker? Goes by He Shang Ling. Trust fund kid with a little gambling problem. Spends too much time with the bottle, too. I think that's why they talk so much. I don't know who the collector is, though. Just the talker. Because he talks a lot, gets into trouble. So,
You
Anyway.
know where we can find this talker?
no, I don't. I think that's all I got, which I wouldn't admit if I knew more, because I like making money off of people like you. Thank you so much for your business, and good luck. Oh, wait, no, I'm supposed to ask. If I can do that for you and find out more for you, would you give me more money?
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
All right. And then the kid just disappears. Oh, I'm Benny. Bye.
Bye, Benny. See you soon. I hate that kid. I'm so sorry.
Oh, he kind of grew on me.
Yeah, he at least helped us out some.
All right, so He Shang Li.
How are we gonna get a hold of him again? All we know is his name. Is he gonna find us? Are you gonna find him?
Well, maybe if we find out where this rarities and collectibles showing was, we can go there. Maybe they had a list of some kind.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I wonder if Tenzin or anyone in the council would know where that is.
This is a good time to raise a question for you, Gus. Or rather for your character, Amuk Sur. I will tell our listeners a little bit of what happened last night in Republic City Hall to provide context for this question. As you were fighting the mysterious force that descended upon the City Hall, you discovered that they were not just attacking, but seeking to place some type of strange devices on the heads of council members. They were prevented from doing this, not merely because you were all capable fighters, not merely because Tenzin, of all people, was there to defend them as well, but because of a pivotal moment in which one of these mysterious agents turned on their own. And this turncoat, after creating some serious openings and opportunities for you all, caught a lot of fire from one of their former allies. Barely made it behind a pillar before they grabbed you by the collar, Amuk Sur. And they looked you in the eyes, their face now unmasked. And she said this with a desperate look. You have to stop the Red Lotus. All of history is at stake. And you recall, Amuk, how she pressed a map into your hands before she died, collapsing against you. Now, Amuk, my question for you is this. While you did share the vital information that this was indeed the work of the Red Lotus, as implied by this turncoat, confirming Tenzin's suspicions, you did not share the map with Tenzin. In fact, you have not yet shared it with the group. And so I'm curious to ask you, why didn't you share this map with Tenzin? Let's start there.
I feel Mook is trusting of Tenzin, but it's better to keep certain things closer to the vest to make sure that we can fully trust Tenzin. Because you just don't know. And even with the group yet, I'm still hesitant to show the map.
Okay, very well. They do not know what they do not know. I thought it'd be important to ask that there. because there are markings on this map. You have taken a peek. And so you know, Gus, two of the locations that are marked on the map correspond to where you've just been. One was the tower where Aang's staff was initially displayed before it was stolen. And the other was indeed the City Hall. There are several others, both within Republic City and beyond. Let's go to... Oh, sorry. Looks like you're about to say something, Will.
Oh, no, that was me reacting to the sound my chair made. Genuine apology.
Your reaction to your chair was indeed moving.
I'm trying. I really am. To create moving and intricate media.
Any place you can find it.
Any place. That's right.
Yep.
So you have a name, and one of you has a map. What do you do?
I think Akifumi mentioned that Tenzin or maybe one of the council members might know where this showing took place.
Unless it was underground, I guess, but it'd be at least worth asking them.
Yeah, I guess we could have asked Benny a little more questions, but
He owed us way more than 2 sentences of information, just we're all on the same page. That was a lot of money.
yeah,
You're not wrong.
It's okay.
It was a
When he
little...
finds out more, we can remind him how much we gave him.
That's so
Listen.
smart.
I think that's a pretty good plan.
Yeah.
Maybe if we find this big talker, we can ask if there's more showings, see if we can get into one of them.
That's a great plan.
Yeah, that would be good. But first we need to find him.
And I've put the name in the chat for reference for y'all.
I typed it
Shang Lin.
incredibly phonetically.
It was almost right.
I love when my notes are almost right. I feel validated.
Amuk,
Yes, sir.
what do we do?
I say we go find that talker.
Okay, how?
Let's go start asking around. I mean, if he's someone who likes to drink, if we go around bars, ask bartenders if there's anybody who owes a tab named He Lin, I feel like we have a pretty good chance of finding him.
If I was going to suggest, if he's a big talker and a big purveyor of collecting, Tenzin might know who he is. It doesn't hurt to ask Tenzin.
Also, I can't. There's no way I'm getting into a bar.
Yeah.
You can sit outside. It's okay.
I'm-
We'll set you up with one of the... I don't know what. We'll find something for you to do.
I'm also below age, technically, but maybe Jingming and I can go find Tenzin and ask him if he knows anything.
Split up?
I think so.
Sure.
I'm down.
Excellent. I love a good plan. I say let's go with Jingmin and Fumi first. You said you're going together to Tenzin?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
probably still in the hospital, right?
Well, he left, didn't
He
he left
did
a while
leave
ago,
a
yeah.
little bit ago, but Fumi, you would know that Tenzin has plenty of business, usually back-to-back meetings in the city hall, and there are still sections of it that were untouched by the attack, and so it is very likely that he would be conducting business there.
All right. We head to the city hall then.
As you step through the entrance, you see some of the burn marks in the main hall from where this fight took place, leading into the council chamber. And it's like a crime scene. There's police everywhere. They've walled off certain sections, roped off sections with cables. And Jingmin, you notice a little bit of gear on the ground. the broken remains of one of the devices that the Red Lotus had tried to shove onto council members' heads. Now, there are several police officers in the room, so it would be quite noticeable, more likely than not, if you were to do anything about it, but I wanted to alert you to its presence.
Um.
This seems like an of somebody checking the things they can do in their playbook.
That's my favorite kind of so genuinely.
Yeah,
Only
let's go
need
for
by
it.
the
Yeah.
in response.
Playing a game. Let's roll some dice. So Jingmin will walk past it, but in an effort to retrieve that device, she will pull out an arrow that she has affixed to a long rope or a string, and as nonchalantly as she can, sort of behind her back, draw it into the bow and shoot it at the device and pull it back to her.
Whoa. This is the first roll of our beloved campaign. And I have to say, Danny, this is a push your luck if I ever heard one.
Beautiful.
So could you please roll push your luck?
I feel like it's going to turn into a heist now out of
Now, would
nowhere.
you say...
We
would
should
you
have gone to the
say-
heist.
Would you say that I would be relying on my mastery in the skill of sensing using this? Because I'm not looking at it. I am as trying to nonchalantly as I can to... Because
Are
I
you
passed
asking
it.
me if making it harder for yourself deliberately makes it easier?
No, because I passed it, and Jingmin, she took note of where it was. And she wants to be nonchalant, so she doesn't want to be turning back and looking at this device. She wants to just,
What would
As
the
subtly as you
mechanical
can.
benefit be if I said yes, Danny?
Honestly, I just realized now, nothing. There'd be no
Okay.
mechanical benefit.
I thought not.
Yeah. All right.
Love that.
Oh, yep. I'm just, learn my playbook. I would
Hey,
ignore penalties from conditions and statuses. I don't have any conditions or statuses.
Indeed,
Mike,
you do
so,
not. Not
yeah.
yet.
Okay, I'm gonna push. I'm pushing.
All right, push your luck,
right.
Danny. What do you get?
That is a 7.
Okay. Ooh. Well, for push your luck, it costs you to scrape by. You do it, but it costs you. What do I think it costs you, Danny?
Oh no.
Let me ask you, what is the worst thing that could happen right now from Jingmin's perspective?
I don't know. She dies.
Oh, let's take it a notch from there. We're dealing with we're dealing with Republic City's
What's the
finest.
worst thing that
Hopefully
could
they wouldn't
happen?
insta kill you. So, yeah,
I think depending on. So I think the worst thing that would happen is she doesn't get to do this whatsoever. That she doesn't even get the device. I think next to that, the worst thing that would happen is that someone sees her. It's ultimately
Yeah.
what she's trying to avoid.
yeah. I think that's the low hanging fruit, my fancy archer friend. You release the shot, and your arrow on a string indeed hits its target and makes a clanking noise, as one would expect in this large, echoey chamber hall.
Didn't even account for
And while you picked a choice moment when 3 officers were looking at different things, certainly not at you and not at this piece of equipment, they all look at you now. Wait. Stop right there. What are you doing?
Sorry. Sometimes the boat just has a mind of its own. It just goes off by itself. Let me just... And then she starts dragging the string back with the device still attached to it, hoping they just don't notice, maybe.
You are very clearly dragging a metal object across a tile floor. One of the cops steps on the arrow and stops your pull. And another cop makes for you as though to bind you with metal when the 3rd officer raises a hand and says, "Wait. Are you the kids from last night?"
Yeah, we are. thank you for taking a very close look at this scene for us.
Kid, it's not for you. But sure. Look, I don't know what you're doing. Just leave that thing. It's part of a crime scene. This is very serious. I'm glad you didn't get hurt yesterday. But I'm not going to say anymore. Just get out of here. All right?
Okay. And
We should probably keep going.
yeah, Jingmin puts a foot on the device and yanks her arrow out and just closely follows after Akifumi.
Excellent work, Jingmin.
Yeah.
She turns to Akifumi and goes, "Tried.
No. I'm so sorry. There were too many of them for me to help.
It's okay. I'll steal it later."
Thankfully, you didn't say that too loud, Jingmin. The two of you successfully go to the room where you find Tenzin. He's just coming out of a meeting, luckily enough, Fumi.
Hey,
Ah,
Tenzin.
Fumi, are you well?
Yeah, feeling much better now.
Good to hear it.
Hey, so we wanted to know if you know anything about someone named Tixing Ling.
My name is unfamiliar to me. Why do you ask?
Just that he apparently has been talking about collecting things. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know about that or the collector. Any of that ring a bell?
Yeah. Apparently, he was at a showing last night where they showcased like collectibles and rarities.
I didn't know that either of you were interested in collectibles and rarities. Am I missing something?
We're
I
interested.
feel there's more to your question, Fumi.
Oh,
Well, I was just thinking that if they're talking about collectibles, maybe they know something about Aang's staff.
Ah, yes. That makes a great deal of sense. And unless my memory fails me, I very clearly instructed both of you and your two friends not to interfere. However, I can assure you that we have this handled. Do I understand that you are agreed that you will not chase these leads, Fumi?
Yes, I won't.
Ah, that is a relief. And you? What was your name again? Ming?
Min, you can call me Min.
Ah, forgive me, Min.
It's okay. All right. We should probably go then.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm afraid I have many meetings to attend to.
Yeah. We're just gonna go to our
Yeah.
collective homes and not chase leads.
That would be wise.
Thank you, Tenzin. Akifumi quickly hurries Min away.
Yeah. As soon as Tenzin is out of ear and eyesight, Jingmin will start making a break for, I'm sure the city hall has some kind of records or somewhere we can learn about where this thing might have taken place.
Which thing?
This the showing that this man was told where Hisheng Ling was apparently being a big talker at.
Ah, you're wondering if there are records of recent events,
Yes.
as in
yes.
2 nights ago events.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I will pause at this point and cut to Lin and Amuksur. A big sigh from Danny. Oh, the pressure's off now that I tried to steal that thing. Whew. Tell me, what is happening, friends?
I think we would definitely go for the most expensive high-end bar we can find.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
I
a
was going to
trust
say the
fund kid.
closest.
On our way there, I just kind of look at you and just Lynn, not to be rude, they might not let you in. You're a little... And then motions.
Little what? Underdressed?
Yeah, underdressed.
I mean, I can go change. Do we have time for that?
No. No,
Okay.
we don't.
I wonder what the staff wear there. Because hey, if there's a back entrance, I could go around the back. You can handle the front.
I
Sorry, that was accidental. I didn't even know what I said.
Such a
know
setup.
it.
Such a setup. Gus is taking all of the strength in him to resist the jokes that are possible right now. And we thank him. For those who would like more such jokes, we do have a patrons only show called The Forge, which is not a Safe for Work podcast. And it airs once a month.
That was fine, and then Lynn made that face.
Okay, I'm good.
It's not a bad idea. Let's figure out if we can maybe steal you some new clothing.
That feels like an easy enough thing to do. I'm gonna go see if there's any other entrances besides the front entrance.
Okay.
Lynn's gonna break off and
As
go.
Lynn breaks off, I'm like, wait, should we have a signal if something goes wrong?
Oh, that's a good idea. What do you have on you? I have nothing.
I'm just thinking, take out a flask of my water and just water bend freeze a little stick, hand it to Lynn, throw it. If you're in trouble, I'll hear the ice
Okay.
shatter.
I'll throw it at the ceiling. I'll make it obvious.
That works. Yeah, that I like
Cool.
that plan. If it melts,
Okay.
we need to leave.
Okay.
We've been there too long.
Oh, there's
Okay.
a built-in timer? Okay. You turned me around on
That's
this
smart.
idea pretty quick, Gus. Because then you can't use it to signal anymore. So clearly...
we gotta be already gone.
Oh, I love this.
So Lynn's gonna walk around the back. Is there another entrance, like a staff entrance?
Absolutely, Lynn. There is a staff entrance with a nice rusty short staircase hanging off the back. And
Nice.
somebody's out there smoking a cigarette on their break. It does indeed look like an employee. They're wearing a simple black tunic.
Hey, I just got hired yesterday. This is my first day. Do we pick up the uniforms here, or is there like something else?
You got hired when?
Yesterday?
Oh, I didn't hear. Okay. Typically we just come this way, and this gentleman walks down the stairs, and shows you to a room that has a bunch of frozen meat in it. It is not sealed at all. There is a wall of liquor bottles as well, obviously in much better condition given that they're sealed and don't require refrigeration. And there are some really dumpy shirts. There are no new outfits. Normally we dress nice. You and I look similar sizes, but I still got a couple hours to work. So...
Oh, do you think, I'm barback staff. It's nothing too customer facing. Do you think I could wear something a little bit dumpier?
Yeah, it should work for a day. Just make sure you apologize to the boss. He really doesn't like that stuff. What was your name again?
Jingmin?
Oh, okay. And, that's right. There's a roster over here somewhere that should have your name on it. And he
Yeah.
fumbles over to a desk and starts picking up some clipboards and furling through papers. You said it was yesterday. It shouldn't be too hard to find. It's not far back at all.
Yeah, I don't know. It was after the big, like, thing at City Hall. Somebody got hurt, needed someone to come in for a couple of days.
I would love for you to roll a trick, Lynn.
Okay.
This sounds lovely and tricksy to me.
Could
This
you walk a girl through how to do that?
Yeah, so it's just 2d6 for every roll in
Okay.
this game. And it's under your basic moves, which should be in your quick reference guides. And I can read the move for those who are unfamiliar as well. When you trick an NPC, roll with creativity, so you will add or subtract whatever that stat is, Lynn. On a hit, they fall for it and do what you want for the moment. On a 7 to 9, you'll pick one of 3 possible options. On a 10 plus, you'll pick 2. What did you get? Well,
We rolled an 8 plus a 2, so that's going to be a 10.
creativity is your strong suit. Excellent. This is the Adrift playbook, correct?
Yep.
Awesome. So on a 10 plus, you pick 2 of the following options. Option 1, they stumble. They take +1 forward to you take +1 forward to acting against them, meaning any rolls that you would have to do in the course of these interactions, you'll add a 1 to that. Stumble doesn't have to be literal, it's just some type of fumbling mistake on their part. Option 2, they act foolishly. The GM tells you what additional opportunity they give you. And option 3, they overcommit. They are deceived for some time. You get to pick 2, Will.
I'm going to choose those last 2.
Okay. Oh, that makes a ton of sense. It was because of the thing last night and all the fuss. I remember the boss was so upset about that. What a tiffy. Ugh.
Yes, too much.
Oh, well, you seem like the right kind of kid, and you stepped in at a really good time for us. I'll take the dumpy clothes. You take this. And the guy just takes off his black tunic and gives it to you. This is your additional opportunity, Will.
Great. Okay. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
That's all
and
right.
then
You're the
gets-
one helping us out. We're trying to keep a good business. I bet I've got the cred. I could probably stay a little hidden this time around. I know my job pretty well. So anyway, you do the good looking thing and I'll do the the dumpy thing.
Sounds good. Thank you. And
All
Lynn's
right.
gonna walk out so confidently.
Lynn, it fits well enough. Slightly extra material, but nothing as conspicuous as the dumpier of the options that you could have had in there. A smashing success, I must say. Amuksur, tell me, are you going through the front door?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk in and like any other patron.
Well, you are immediately struck by the smell of cigar smoke, Amuksur, and the sound of a live band. There are horns playing. It's a very energetic, upbeat, brassy take on an old Urhu song that you're familiar with. And I think there's a little bit of drums in there too.
Mhm.
You look around, people are dancing. They're wearing nice clothes. But I believe you've told me specifically that you have clothes that are right in the middle, enough for you to blend into such situations well enough. And so you
I'm
don't stick
walking.
out like a sore thumb as far as you can tell. Someone addresses you shortly after you step within the door. Just a table for one.
No. Can I have a seat at the bar?
Of course. And they wave you towards the bar where there is an open stool right in between 2 enormous and strangely muscly people.
Sit down. Can I wave down the bartender?
Yeah, the bartender just finishes some flair bartending, couple nice tricks. There's actually a little bit of fire involved just for pizzazz. Seems like they're a firebender.
Smells like cinnamon. They're just throwing things around,
A little
tiki
bit of
style.
sizzle. Hey, honey, what can I get for you?
Hi, can I put down? I'll put down 1 Republic credit. What do we call our currency?
Yuans? You're going to need a
Yuans?
little
My
more than
yuans?
one, honey.
Oh no, this one's for you. I'm supposed to meet a friend. Maybe you've seen him here before yet already.
Oh, are you new here? That's just sweet and all, but normally I do get bigger tips for questions like that.
Oop.
Pull out 3 more yuans. Hmm?
I
I've got
suppose,
fireplace.
honey. Oh, well, no need for food. I got plenty of food here on break. What was your question, honey?
My friend, I'm supposed to meet him here. Goes by the name of Hisheng Ling.
Oh, the loudmouth guy. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
You
he
know.
comes here often enough. What can I do?
Can you let me know when he gets in? Or if he's here already?
Well, I don't know if I've seen him today. Let me go and have a look around. Just for you. Leans in, gives you a nice wink. And what about the drink, honey?
A cactus juice.
Oh, the stuff?
No. The
She looks at her watch. Not to judge or anything. It's just normally it's folks don't do that until late, you know.
Okay, just water. Water's fine. You're right. It is really early for cactus juice. I'm just
Interesting
need
change
something
of
to get
heart,
me quenched.
but I do support it. I try to take care of my patrons real well, so I'll get you that water lickety split. Okay, honey. She turns around and is quickly hidden behind this bar. And the bar is circular, and so she's kind of scoping out the other side of things in the restaurant. Gus, as you're sitting there, as Amuksur is sitting there, one of the very large figures next to you slowly turns their head and leans in to look at you better. And as they do, you just hear a creaking emanate through the bar under the weight of their elbows. I'm Donna. What's your name?
Hi, Donna. My name's Lee.
Why are you looking for He Shang Ling?
I owe him a favor.
You in trouble?
From what I hear, he might be in trouble.
All right, then. Slowly turns back, and then seems to meet the eye of the other, equally large figure opposite you, Amuk Sur. Nothing else comes of it, at least for now. Let's cut back to Jingmin and Fumi.
All right. I think Akifumi is just following Jingmin because she knows where she's going.
Make sure no one sees you.
Got it.
And no, Jingmin is like zigzagging between the halls, like peeking like corners and like hiding behind things like trash cans if someone walks by, just looking for like where the city records are, I guess.
Yeah, you quickly find the city records. You know, they're not hidden by any means. There is quite a lot of them, but a secretary is able to direct you swiftly to events. And I can tell you and spare you the trouble, Jingmin. This event is listed nowhere.
So maybe it wasn't.
So yeah, seems like it.
Given the nature of the event, the likelihood of it being public is a little low.
I wonder if it would have been under another name.
Oh, like a front. That's what they call those.
Yeah.
All right.
What else happened? The same like 2 days ago.
Is that a question for me, Fumi?
Yes.
Is that an open-ended Steve, please give me clues for my memories question? I think rather than dig into the past, let's let the two of you go through some files and records there. Perhaps fruitlessly. That's my leaning currently. And let's cut back to Lynn and see if Lynn has any success. Lynn, you have donned the garb of the employees in this fine establishment. You have successfully stepped in to the back entrance. What do you do?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I don't think Lynn's ever worked a service job before. So, that is genuinely a great question.
To start fruitlessly wiping things.
Yeah, I really think that's going to be the go-to, is she's going to take like a little rag, and she's going to start wiping down tables that are empty, trying to eavesdrop on things. I think an important note here for anybody listening is that Lynn grew up in the circus. So the chance that she spent long enough in a restaurant to like observe what barbacks do, or really anybody who works a restaurant does, is pretty slim. So she's just wiping things down and listening.
Okay. I wonder if there's a role here. What do you all think? Do you have experience in eavesdropping, Lynn?
Ooh, I'm going to go with like a little, not a profound amount.
I would say, yeah. You eavesdrop in the circus to hustle people better.
Yeah.
Cool. A hustling face painter sort of person. Yeah, we've all met those. Yeah. I think that between the moderate familiarity that you have with the craft of stealthy listening and the challenge of you acting like you're something that you have never really substantially experienced, I am going to put you at a push your luck.
Okay.
Let's see what information you absorb.
Okay.
How passionate are you?
We have a -1 to passions. That's going to be a 7.
Okay, 7 is the total. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When you push your luck in a risky situation, say what you want to do and roll with passion. On a hit, you do it, but it costs you to scrape by. And that is where we are with a 7. We're in that lovely 7 to 9 range where so much of the good stuff of stories happens. And just to clarify the goal, Lynn, the goal is just to hear something of relevance to Hishang, Lynn.
Yeah, or maybe even another collections show and tell.
Ah, okay. Huh. Lynn, as you are somewhat chaotically wiping tables and trying to seem like someone who belongs where you are, you notice a lady who seems a bit extravagant in her movements, despite it being somewhat early in the day. And perhaps she too is a talker because she's a bit loud. And she is bragging to a neighbor, as well as the bartender, who does not seem that interested, but is nodding while wiping a glass. And this is what you hear. I can tell you that I'm going to be invited to the next one. And I know this because he gave me this little napkin and he wrote it on there. And it says, I don't know, actually. Does that look like an address to you? Well, anyway, he definitely wants me there. So I wouldn't worry about it. And we'll hold off on any consequences or costs of this for now.
Can I give you the treasure trove of things that could turn into consequences?
Oh, you could give me 2 good ones if you have them ready, Will.
Yeah, I do. Because I think Lynn's going to go over and start trying to clean up the bar, right?
Yep.
Take maybe a used glass, a napkin with an address on it. Right? So the way this is gonna go is that she's gonna walk over there like she knows what she's doing. She does not. Pick up a glass that's basically done. Pick up another done glass. Knock over a half done glass, and immediately go to wipe up the mess. Oh, ma'am, I'm so sorry. Not knock over that drink. Grab the napkin.
Oh, honey.
Slip it into pants.
how-
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
I can't believe I just bought this.
Oh, ma'am. Oh, I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can get you right now?
A towel? I don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
Water? This is gonna stain.
I'll get you a towel right away. Lynn books it. Not like books it immediately, but she's gonna walk towards the back and leave.
Yeah. So, Lynn, I'm not going to make you roll a separate roll because I like extending this related to your roll because I already have a consequence in pocket. In the mix of all that chaos that you beautifully orchestrated, you walk away with a soggy napkin that may or may not have a usable address on it. However, someone puts a hand on your shoulder and stops you before you reach the exit. You turn around to see someone dressed in very fine clothing with a distinctive badge that seems to match the logo you saw on the sign of the building. It's a man with very cold, stern eyes and a furrowed brow and slicked black hair. You don't work here. So who are you working for?
Nobody.
I would like to cut now to Amuksur. Sorry if this is torturous, y'all.
I love it
Great.
so
No,
much.
I love it.
Oh my god.
What a cut.
These cuts are cutting. Oh my god.
Amuksur, your lovely bartender returns to you. Honey, I asked around a little bit, and to be honest with you, and she leans in close, I think people are a little weird about that name right now. And I got some sour looks, so I kind of stopped because my boss tells me to stop when that happens. So I'm guessing that for you on, this is just not the type of thing I should do for you today, honey. So good luck, and here's the water. And she slips the water to you, Amuksur. And she continues about her business. But the two large figures next to you now both turn towards you at the same time. Hey, Donna. Yeah, Burla? I don't think He Shang Ling is in trouble, but I think he is. I think you're right. Amuksur, they both stand up, and they gesture for you to follow them, you know not where.
Can I take, as I get up, the glass of water that I ordered and just spill it on their shoes?
You could.
And to ice over their feet?
Ah, now I see where this is going. I was like, is this just like disrespect?
Ordering the glass of water was perfect, Amuk.
I now feel that. Yeah, I was like, oh, the waterbender ordered water. So you turn it slick into ice.
Into ice.
And is the goal here, Amuksur, to freeze their feet in place or to cause a slippery surface that they might slip on? I'm just curious how you're
Freeze
picturing.
their feet in place.
Okay. Oof. These are some big people, Gus.
I know.
And you've only got a glass of water for 4 boots. So
I
I
can
am
pull water
going to.
from the bar. There's still more bar water.
What's that? Would you like to
Is there-
extend? I'm going to give you the opportunity to get a little more oompa here.
Okay.
Because I think you see as soon as you throw down that glass, you're like, I'm going to need more water. I'm going to give you a split second here to repair or to add to this action.
Okay. As the waters splash from the cup, with my other hand, I definitely want to like bend water away from the bar onto their feet as well.
When you say away from the bar, Gus, I'm just trying to picture this. Are you bending everyone's drinks out of their cups? Or are you like just hoping that there's a sink running?
No, I like the idea of stealing everyone's drinks and freezing. You just see glasses, one big arm movement, and it's just trails of drinks coming out.
Oh, this is beautiful. I'm so uncomfortable and I love it. Anmoksur, you are quite adept as waterbenders go. And with one smooth gesture, tons of drinks are emptied and swiftly brought to the feet of these two imposing women. You're adept at freezing things, but it's the swiftness that I will put into a push your luck. Let us see how quick you are on this occasion.
Can I use pinpoint aim for that?
Can you use what?
Technically, pinpoint aim. Or is that
Can you
more?
read that for us?
So pinpoint aim is my mastered fighting technique. So take the time you need to line up a perfect shot. Become prepared in the next exchange. If you advance an attack, roll with focus or passion. Your choice. If you use strike, you do not have to mark fatigue to choose what you inflict.
So unfortunately, the mechanical benefits of this technique would only apply in an exchange.
Okay.
But also fictionally, it sounds to me like something where you would need a bit of space and preparation.
Okay.
Rather than something that would suggest, I can definitely do this thing fast.
Okay.
Faster than these muscly people can stop me. So what did you get for your push your luck, Gus?
Oh, I haven't rolled it yet. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm in suspense. Give me a number.
Oh no.
Oh, no. The face tells us everything.
The 6.
Okay. A 6 is indeed a failure.
A miss.
A miss. Yes.
It wasn't
Well,
water.
You are quick, Amuksur, but they are quicker. And you are quickly lifted from the ground, one of their hands on each of your shoulders, just hoisting you off of the floor. Now that you've seen them stand to their full height, they're each at least a foot taller than you. So these are very large people. And these two ladies, as discreetly as they could while lifting a person and walking through a building, start to carry you into a back room. Lynn, I would like to give you an opportunity here. You see this over the shoulder of the owner who is currently confronting you. Any reaction?
I feel like Lynn cannot react to that as much as as much of the faces I'm making tell everybody everything I'm thinking about what just happened. Lynn can't react, right? Lynn cannot be associated with the other ragamuffin in here right now that is not that separate.
So cold. I love it. He said that if anything goes wrong, throw the ice stick. So maybe you should just throw the ice stick. Because
I
that's
feel like
something
that's
going
the worst,
on.
This is the worst time. He can't help. I can't help.
You've
and
just
oh
been
my God,
stared
my pockets
down,
are
asked
wet.
who you work for.
The ice is just melting in your pocket.
Right, like it looks like Lynn's peed herself a little bit.
Oh
because-
no!
This is bad.
May I lean into that little detail of fiction, Lynn?
Yeah.
The owner
not?
does look down for just a split second, and a face of something mingled with pity and disgust comes upon him.
I've gotten that face before.
I would like to play this consequence out, Gus, and I'm sorry for perhaps removing a smidge of agency here, but leaning into this role and its consequence, I'm going to say that you are swiftly brought into a back room, and you feel the tremendous strength of these hands as they've moved you here. And even as you're carried through this short stretch of the bar before they take that corner, you are struck by how few people look up to even care about what is happening. And this gives you some indication of the sorts of things that may or may not take place here on a regular basis. Well, now you know. You are quickly sat down in a chair and bound. I will give you an opportunity to say something, if you like. Or to try something before we switch to another person. Lynn, you do see him brought away.
Oh,
You know, kind of to backtrack a little bit, does this place have a name?
It does. And we're going to call it the Woozy Crown.
Okay. As I get tied down, I'm like, so this is the kind of service you get at the Woozy Crown then, isn't it?
Donna gives you a strange look, then looks up at Burla, who matches her expression. You know we don't work here, right?
I was being sarcastic.
Oh. Well, stay put. Burla stands watch as Donna leaves. Amuk. You do not know what is happening. Let's cut to Lynn and ask Lynn for a response to this owner's difficult question.
Lynn looks like she's peed herself. It just might for real. Looks up at this guy and says, "Nobody, I am really just looking for work. I just got to the city a little bit ago. Guy out back said that there was a uniform, needed some help, and I came inside."
Oof. Lynn. I don't even think there's a role here because of how implausible it would be to this man. The man looks you up and down one last time and then just shakes his head. And as soon as he shakes his head, as if it were a signal, Lynn, you are grabbed from behind.
Yep.
Your hands brought behind your back, and you are walked into the same room that Amuksur is being held. The person who walks you in is an employee, dressed in the same garb that you're wearing. And they look confused as they see Burla standing over Amuksur, but then shrug and put you next to another chair and tie your hands to it. So, business? Burla just goes, yeah.
Oh no.
And this employee leaves, Lynn. You are alone with Perla and Amuk.
Hey.
I look at Lynn. Do you still have that thing I gave you?
Kinda. And then looks down.
Can I... Is Perla looking at the both of us, or is Perla just standing guard at the door?
Perla is not at the door. She's mostly just hovering over you, Amuk. Now, it doesn't mean she's laser focused. She, you notice kind of out of the corner of your eye that she looks at you, and then she looks at the wall, disinterested, and then, out of curiosity, drifts over to Lynn for a moment.
Using the melting emergency signal, can I use that to try to sneak and cut our binds?
Ooh. In other words, has it melted so much that it cannot cut?
Or just use the water to...
Use the water, right.
Use the water
Yeah.
that's melting from it, yeah.
Yeah, this gets into a nice lore question. I wonder if anyone can help me weigh in on this with the difficulty of bending while your hands are bound. My impression is it's quite difficult. Like we see
Probably.
Boomy bend earth because some of his like head is exposed, but he's
exposed.
kind of implied to be one of the best there ever was. Any other examples anyone can think of, or a clear rule on this?
in Korra there is I forgot his name, but the bloodbender in the first season is known to be what they call a psychic bloodbender. So he doesn't need to move at all, which is something that's very rare to see and requires incredible skill.
I do have a very specific background.
Tell us
with
about your
some
background.
mentorship.
What's that?
I said with some very, very specific mentorship.
Tell us about that. What might help you to do this extraordinary thing?
Amuk, before partnering with all of these younger adventurers, was at one point a equalist who was being mentored by Amon. So much so that he still has half of Amon's mask as a relic to remind him of to never go back to being that short-sighted.
Yeah. Well, that is pretty hefty, Gus. Draw a line for me from your training, perhaps even a specific memory, if you like, to this task. What types of things did you learn from Amon?
Learned that even when a more... hold on. I need to phrase this in a way that fits. Amon's training wasn't kind. It wasn't simple. It was brutal. It was never an easy day of training. It was a day of, in order for everything to become equal, we have to put ourselves through the most difficult tasks we can. There'd be moments where Amon would lock me in a box and restrain to escape, only using what I had to be able to escape with.
Well, if that isn't a juicy piece of fiction that comes in handy here. I do like to reward my players' improv. I don't even know if that was prepared, Gus. All right. I would like to suggest that this is still a push your luck,
Yeah.
but I will allow it. So give us a roll.
Please be better.
Please be better.
The Avatar God. Please. Oh,
Yeah?
I-
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Amuk, I'm going to give you some camera control here. Describe what happens.
we get a close-up of the puddle that's forming underneath Lynn's leg. You
Whether
see Lynn's-
only from the icicle or
whether
also from
only
Lynn.
icicle or from Lynn. Just the back of Lynn's bare foot, and the water starts to slowly kind of come up in almost like a spiral. And as it comes up, it just starts to like dig into the ropes, kind of like a corkscrew, and just slowly kind of like chip away at the ropes or whatever it is that's binding the both of us to our chairs.
Wow. Yeah. The ropes burst. Gus, you successfully wedge it in there. You got a 10 plus. You succeed. You have an opportunity here, both of you. I would like to cut back to Jingmin and Akifumi Yako. The two of you have swiftly exhausted what you consider to be reasonable options in this records hall. Aliases, the convolutedness of trying to search under possible aliases, the speculativeness of the venture presses itself upon you, as well as the boredom of being in these archives.
I feel like Lynn and the Mook are doing a lot better than we are right now.
Yeah.
Girl.
I wonder if they've found anything yet. Maybe we should meet up
Yeah.
with them.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah. Jingmin is very visibly defeated.
Akifumi pats her back. Like it's okay.
child.
As you pat
sure
her
they'll
back,
have-
she sort of winces. She goes, I'm fine, let's go.
I'm sure they'll have good news for us. It'll be fine.
I'm a very useful girl.
I know. Yeah, you are. It's just that we didn't have much luck with Tenzin, and
Yeah, he's just a dummy. Let's go.
And yeah, Jingmin's stomping.
Love the little stomps, Jingmin. The two of you, how do you intend to find your friends?
But they're going to a bar, right?
they're like, any sort of bar district in Republic City?
Yeah, I mean, you're familiar enough with the time that you've each spent in Republic City to know that there are some popular strips, some places where you could find dives, some places where you could find bougie bars, and some of the bougier ones, I'm just going to tell you, they're not that far from the city hall.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna try over there.
Let's go to the first bougie bar we set our eyes upon. That's like Danny's plans for the weekend typically.
The first bougie bar I set my eyes upon.
Yeah. I realize I can't afford this. I go to a dive.
I love it. Let me see. I feel like it's difficult as you're passing by various places to know which place, if any, makes the most sense to you. You could go with this option, Jingmin, and really just jump into the first one. Fumi, do you think you would also go with that plan? Just checking.
If I can't stop her, then I'm gonna follow her.
Well, you can't. It's very difficult to stop her. In general, that's just like it's just the part of Jingmin.
Probably try
Fumi-
and follow.
Yep.
Yeah, probably try and follow, but like also like ask the people at the front, like, hey, have you seen these two people?
Oh, really? You're going to go bar to bar a little bit? Maybe
Yeah,
ask
but-
some people and give a description of Amuk and Lin?
Yeah.
Okay.
The innocence of two of the youngest members being like, hey.
We're all going to be in this back room in 5 minutes, aren't we?
You know, the possibility did cross my mind, Will. I was leaning assess the situation before, but I think this is going to be... I think I'll just lean into the fiction here, because I think I know what's plausible if two young-looking kids walk up to the front of a bougie bar and start describing someone. Fumi, you see someone taking a long drag of their cigarette. You're not even sure that they heard your question at first because of how long the drag is. But when they finally turn to look at you and release the smoke in your face, you get the message.
Steve.
Yeah.
So Jingmin isn't much of a talker. She's probably the pure opposite of the face of the party. So while Fumi's doing all the questioning, Jingmin will try her best to peek in to the bars to see if there's anything that would give any kind of clues that her friends were there. Maybe some ice caked to the floor.
Mayhaps. Now, Jingmin, can you describe where you're standing? I just kind of need a little physicality here.
Right behind Akifumi. peeking
Okay.
around her.
At the entrance.
Yeah,
Not in the
just sorta
building.
Like, yeah,
Yep.
maybe looking through a window.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you don't see a thing, Jingmin. Yeah.
I'm
Sorry
trying.
about that. But as you continue to stand there and peer into this window, nosing around, the person standing outside with their cigarette turns to you now, Jingmin. Look, kids don't spend time here. So, can't help you. I would leave.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why you're not that pleasant of a presence to be around.
I had difficult parents.
It
Have a
smells
nice
really bad.
day.
You should put it out.
That's why we're looking
Thanks,
for.
kid. What's that?
That's why we're looking for the adults to help us.
They're our parents. We lost our parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sob. Very, very tragic story. Look around. This is everyone's story in Republic City. So, you gotta get a new one? Sorry. They finish their cigarette, tap off the remaining ashes. Seem to put it out even though it's not actually quite done.
As they're doing that, Akifumi sees Jingmin begin drawing her bow and knocking an arrow, looking at this man with just pure anger on her face.
Akifumi is gonna put a hand on Min's shoulder to be like, stop.
Whoa. says the person. And they just back into the establishment and fade away.
I don't think they know anything. Calm down.
You just gotta find them.
A moment later, let's say a split second later, Jingmin, you do see, because you're standing in front of the entrance where this person backed away, and then the door swung behind them, a little bit of glass in the door, and you can see through that glass that there are people walking towards the door with very severe expressions on their faces, being pointed towards the door by someone behind them. It's a commotion, there's some noise back there, but that's really all you can get out of it. You assume that you have mere seconds.
Maybe they can give us information.
Jingmin stands in front of the door, tapping her feet, waiting for them to come out.
That's fair.
Oh my word, Fumi! Any other moves here? Any intervention? Just gonna give you a chance here to say something before I.
I'm gonna try and like pull her arm, and be like, "Hey, we need to get out. They're not at this bar."
Maybe we get to learn something from him. They seem like people who know a lot.
No, they don't.
As you say, no, they don't, Fumi. The door bursts open, and 3 people step out and grab the bow that Jingmin is holding. Entering into, I assume, Jingmin, a power struggle, because you would not yield that bow to nobody, so...
Oh no.
But you are quite small, and so as they pull, they lift you off the ground, much as a Muxor was lifted off the ground by some larger people just earlier this afternoon.
As she's lifted off the ground, Jingmin will yell out and say, "Wait! Wait!"
Wait for what? Can't shoot a bow at our restaurant? Let go.
You might be a big
Kids
man.
shouldn't have weapons like this.
You might be a big man. But will you if I
love that you choked there, Danny. I'm
have
going to
a-
say... Yeah, sorry, I'll let you finish.
I have a proposition.
Fumi, I will let you interject
yeah.
if you have anything here.
Are
They're
there
not
any
eager to listen to
great-
this proposition. What's that?
Are there any crates around or anything that I can basically toss at them?
Objects to throw, mayhaps? This is the question?
Yes.
Man, things are escalating today as we just try to do some basic investigation. It's good to see the strengths of this party shine through on the first episode. Standing at the entrance here, I'm picturing you at the top of some stairs. There's a platform just exterior. There's not much on it, but I'll say there are 2 decorative urns. They look quite expensive.
But they'd probably be heavy.
Sort of like a lapis lazuli, beautiful blue color swirling around them.
But would they be like? Do they look too heavy for airbending though?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
An narrator such as yourself, having some training from Tenzin, I think you could look at that and say, "Oh yeah, I can lift that."
Okay, then I am going to airbend those to hit the one holding Jingmin and one of the others.
Excellent. I will have you rely on your skills and training, and this is, I think, the first time someone has relied on their skills and training.
It's been a lot of pushing of luck.
For those their first time through, I'll read this. When you rely on your skills and training to overcome an obstacle, gain new insight, or perform a familiar custom, roll with focus. On a hit, you do it. On a 7 to 9, you do it imperfectly. And I'll tell you how your approach might lead to unexpected consequences. You could accept those consequences or mark 1 fatigue. Uh-oh. Nikki's face is telling us that this has not gone well.
5.
5. That's after focus. You don't, yeah.
Focus is 0.
Oh, okay. Lovely. All right. Well. I think the most hilarious option is that both urns fly past, not into, these people. Clearly incriminating you, Fumi, if ever there was a question about your involvement in Jingmin's antics. And swiftly, we see the back of Jingmin's head just struck with a blow.
Oh.
The 12-year-old.
The other 2 move towards you, Fumi, and quickly your vision fades as well as you feel a strike at the back of your head. The situation has definitely been escalated beyond an almost from a kid with a bow into something seemingly more dangerous. The urns are shattered.
Oh no.
There's probably a price to be paid. Who knows how large.
No.
And let's cut back to Lin and Amuksur.
Oh God! I forgot what's happening.
Everything is going wrong.
Well,
We were supposed to find clues.
Hey, I found a napkin.
You
Don't.
did find a napkin. You did find.
And
you
now
found
it's
clue.
a soggy napkin. It is not correct napkin, I'm sure.
I can
But that's
water
a
bend the water out the
detail.
napkin. It's fine.
Oh yeah, there you go. Demoisturize the napkin.
Yeah.
in our remaining minutes, Amuk and Lin, the cords have just broken. You have an opportunity. Perla is large, but seize your moment if you would. What do you do?
And as the bindings are broken, I just look at Lynn and give the universal signal of.
Can you describe that for our audio-only folks, Gus?
The universal signal is giant head moving in the general position of Perla, being like, go.
A little nod towards the
little
target.
nod to like, we gotta just take care of that so we can run away without saying anything.
Is this the same room that Lynn first walked into and subsequently changed in?
No, that was a storage unit exterior to and a little further down the steps, just outside the back. So you
That
are
is
still
so-
in a room that is like just hanging off of the main dining area. There wasn't like a long hallway to get through. There's, minimal discretion here.
What is the room made of? I assume the floors are wood. I assume there's nothing earthly hiding around.
There's always the foundation you can tear out.
Now let's bring down a skyscraper. Hold on.
Bring down Republic
to your
City.
question, Lynn, you're correct that the floor is wood. It seems that the beams are wood. But there are crates in here. You can't see what's inside of them. There's a bit of metal in the room. There are some things hanging on the walls. They look like mostly retired kitchen instruments. No longer in the kitchen, but still there for some reason.
I am going to go all in, which is a playbook move. So I'm going to shift my balance 1 towards risk. And for anybody who doesn't know the Adrift playbook, I started at +3 towards stability. So I shifted it once towards risk in character creation, and now I'm at +1 towards stability. And what I can do here is once per session, when you decide to risk everything to overcome a difficult or dangerous opponent or challenge, shift your balance towards risk and roll with risk. On a hit, choose 2. On a +10, also clear 2 petitions and fatigue. On a miss, mark condition and choose 1. Options, if I succeed, are hold 1, spend your hold to take a 12 plus in any move and pursue your goal, become empowered for the rest of the scene, ignore the next condition and 2 fatigue you suffer this scene, or ignore the next time that shifting your balance causes you to lose your balance this scene. Instead, don't shift your balance at all. I assume that this move, going all in, can be used in non-combat, or in non-exchanges, right?
I believe so, yeah. Yep.
Okay. And if I fail, I don't hit, I either have to mark a condition, and I can't clear that for some time, or I lose my balance towards risk again.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
I'm going to roll here to attempt to smash a crate on this person. Just get up.
Oh, so just physically, no attempted bending. You're just
No,
lifting a
because-
crate and smashing Perla.
Yeah, I don't think there's any earth in those crates unless it is pure dirt we are keeping back here. Is
Can
it?
I help in any way?
Let's get the roll.
Okay.
Oh, wait, Danny, do you remember if we're supposed to do
you can
help
mark-
actions before?
I think you can say how you help after they roll.
I think so. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That sounds right.
Because they might not end up needing it.
Yeah. Let's see if a help action is needed here, Amuk.
I can pretend to have a tummy ache to get Perla's attention.
No, there you go.
My tummy.
The fireflakes, Perla, they're not sitting well.
So rolling with risk, what am I adding to that?
So the difficulty of doing this move at this time, Will, is that it sounds like you're still more towards stability than risk on your balance track. Is that correct? You're still now at +1 stability?
Oh, yeah, so I'm -1 for this
Right.
roll.
So I
Yeah,
think the
so-
risk value, you're still not shifted. And like if you keep making decisions over the course of the campaign that puts you into the risk zone, this move will get stronger and stronger. But it sounds like at this moment, you would be rolling with a -1 to your roll, which doesn't mean it's going to be a fail.
Oh, actually,
Oh, yeah? What did you do?
well, divas, we rolled a 7 total. Not a 7 total. Yeah, 7 total.
Okay, so after the -1, it's a 7.
Yeah, so we're gonna kind of succeed.
You know, yeah. All right. Lynn. So, Lynn, you abruptly stand and seize one of these crates and just make to smash it on Perla. And as you do, you seem to have moved quickly enough to catch Perla off guard. You acted in the instant that your bonds broke and the instant that Amuk gave you the universal nod. And you hear a loud thud on the other side of this crate as it eclipses your vision and comes down on Perla, who is large and taller than you. So you can still see most of Perla, in fairness. You hear a loud thunk of the collision of this crate against her head. You're feeling very strong in this moment. The crate seems to be empty, but the wood was hefty enough that maybe it did something. And maybe it didn't. Immediately, you see the hands of Perla, large hands, come on either side of this crate. And she lifts it up so that you can now see her in her fullness. And she makes to smash the crate back down on you. Amuk, I will give you an opportunity to do something since you're operating in concert here.
At that moment, could I do like sweeping of Perla's legs with my leg in like a spin kick thing to try to knock Perla off balance extra.
You are welcome to try that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think this would be a rely on your skills and training.
Okay. Ooh. 8.
8. Okay. Describe your sweep, and describe it with moderate success, Amuk.
Get down to the floor to then do a spin to the back of Perla's knees to get Perla to knock down, but I don't get the opportunity to follow through all the way. So it still knocks Perla over, but I don't get to recover to stand back up as quickly as I would have if it was a successful, cool spin move.
Fair. Okay. Your leg hits the back of Perla's knees, and one of them buckles, and she sort of topples forward. Her full weight collapses onto Lynn. Lynn, I would like for you to mark 2 fatigue.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so as part of going all in, I got to choose 2 things. One of which could have been ignore the next condition, and 2 fatigue you suffer during this scene. Could we null and void the 2 fatigue?
Hit me with that again, Will.
So, on a hit, I get to choose 2 things. There are 4 options here, and one of them is ignore the next condition and 2 fatigue you suffer this scene.
Oh.
Sounds good to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll take that one. And I want you to know right now, the other one I'm taking is hold 1. Spend your hold to take a 12 plus in any move in pursuit of your goal.
Okay. And just to make sure I didn't miss it, was there a roll? Or was this just something you activate?
It was when
This is
they
part
rolled
of
a
going
7.
all in.
Ah,
Yeah,
sorry.
this is
This
when
is
I
the
rolled a
extension.
7.
That's right. This is the extension of all. My bad. Okay. Yeah. Describe what you think happens, Lynn.
She goes down hard. This is like a tree in a forest everyone hears. There is no question what the sound is, because there is a small whimper from Lynn and a quick as we go out from under.
Perla.
Pop back up from under Perla, and like scream whisper, "We need to go right now."
Just scream back, we have to run.
And
There
Lynn's
is only one exit, and it is the entrance you came through. But you do successfully burst out of that door and exit the restaurant without further difficulty. You hear
can
a
I get my
moan
s-
from Perla behind you as you escape. Yes, Will.
Can I get my stuff back? Like, can we leave to the back so I can get my things?
Amuk, tell me. I mean, if Lynn just splits out the opposite of the way you came, do you go for the front door, or do you follow?
I'll follow Lynn. At this point, it's probably better for us to stay together.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a wise decision after this little lesson. Not that I meant to teach anything.
This whole episode was just a lesson.
Don't split the party.
No, it's okay to split the party. It's okay. It's okay. There are certain
Don't lie too
consequences.
much.
Yeah. Yeah, Lynn, you are able to quickly dip into that room and grab the clothes that you had changed out of and anything else you had left behind.
I'm gonna give the shirt back. It feels cruel to take it. So Lynn is actively changing while running out.
That is incredible, and your moral compass is astounding. So, even in the heat of this moment, and we have to cut there, my friends. That was a lot more than I thought that we would get into, even though we got much less far than I thought.
Where is
happened.
Fumi and Min?
Yep. So we've got 2 younger kiddos who it just really went poorly for, and we don't know where they are, and they don't either at this point. And Lynn and Amuk, you had a pretty close call there, but for the
wait.
time being, you are back
Very
safe on the
importantly.
street. What's that?
Did Lynn keep the napkin with the address?
I mean, I'm not going to say no to that. I'm going to give that to Lynn.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say that somehow you lost that in the transition. There was no additional consequence lingering that I think I needed to cash in on. So,
Okay.
well, friends, I had fun. I'm sorry for how stressed you all look.
Oh, that was great. That was fantastic.
So happy with how everybody brought wonderful energy to this. To our listeners, thank you so much. And if you are joining us for the first time, wow, thank you. We hope that you give us a follow, whether on the podcatcher of your choice or on Twitch, wherever you prefer to consume the stories. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Did you guys want to share any kind of rattled feelings with me? Like, did anybody want to leave the podcast already? Like, I just feel like I should check in here.
Oh, we're not
never
leaving,
wanna-
but we're determined.
Look, we still have many goals that we need to hit. We want a mech. We want a cute sidekick. We want a pet.
Jingmin needs to kill a man.
Jingmin.
Gosh.
Only
to watch
one?
the
I
light.
feel like that's low. Hold on.
We'll
Also-
touch on that later.
We can't leave till we pro bend. I think
No, yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we have a pro bending arc planned that we want to
Yeah.
do.
Steve is unaware of the arc. We've actually had a separate group chat. We've been planning this for a couple of weeks
Yeah.
now.
A couple of
Guys,
years.
don't
We're
worry.
doing
I'm not
the
offended. I'm intrigued.
The in-world eras tour, if you will.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, this is Korra. We do have some things to do in the Korra era for sure. And you have named some of them already, and I will do my best to shape the way.
Yeah.
Well, if you haven't yet, listeners and viewers, we do have other Dustfire Media shows. The Flying Bison. We have our all-new Space Western and the yet-to-be-named Scum and Villainy campaign, as well as some other one-shots and goodies and miniseries that are an illegal amount of fun. So if you haven't checked those out, please do. Otherwise, also hang out with us on Discord. We just love to get to know y'all more. Huge thank you to our patrons, our merch store shoppers for helping us make this happen. I can't express just how amazing it's been to do this for 2 years and now come to the point where we're launching 2 weekly shows. That said, if you are on the fence or considering helping us out, we're a small independent podcast network. So if anyone happens to have disposable income, please dispose of it.
Mm-hmm.
In our direction. So yeah, if you can help us out, we'd greatly appreciate being pulled out of poverty via the Patreon link in the show notes. And yeah, y'all, we will find out what happens to Jingmin, Lin, Amuksur, and Akifumi Yako next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.